did you see specifically from Luka and LeBron kind of down the stretch, the kind of shots they're creating?
Thought we finally got organized. Didn't do a good job of getting to our spacing throughout the game. Finally got 3 people down the floor, corners filled. We kept going to empty side stuff, wasn't working. Just got spaced, and we got to our proper matchups and all that stuff. I mean, we created good offense at different points in the game when we did that. When we didn't get good offense. But I think overall, like again, Bron just kind of took over that game and felt like he was making a lot of plays with the ball and made some plays that don't show up on box score. And our guys' defense that last 5.5 minutes to hold them to 8 points. Our guys were just scrambling everywhere, and Bron was sort of at the head of that. Made a little adjustment in that timeout with Luka's coverage, just put him in a drop, and just a little curveball, and thought we did a good job with that. And then, we don't win the game if Bron doesn't take over, and we don't win the game if Doe doesn't make 3 massive plays. Again, another one that won't show up on a box score, but Luka drives against the switch. He sets the Gortat screen. Luka gets the layup. He finally gets an actual dunk on the tip dunk, and not just touching the rim while he puts the ball through. And then the back tap steal on Kyrie that led to a Rui basket. So I just thought, he led the charge down the stretch of just making winning basketball plays.
JJ, how do you feel like Luka handled the emotions of tonight?
I thought he handled it well. Not a great shooting night, but made a lot of plays and had some good defensive plays as well. I just thought, he clearly was worked up to start the game. That's to be expected. But I thought he settled in. But I think some of the stuff with our offensive shooting woes was due to some organization problems and some spacing problems, and that affected everybody, and that affected him as well.
JJ, 2 for you to kind of piggyback on what you said about Dorian. Since you've gotten him, there has been kind of, I think, a through line in the overall team's ability, and when it comes to the little things, how does he set the tone for that stuff? And did you feel that kind of late on those plays you mentioned? And then I guess secondly, LeBron has been on this run now for a month plus, but defensively he's been one of your best players. How?
Again, he defies what's normal. I would say with Doe, occasionally he needs some, what's the opposite of gentle? Harsh. Some harsh needling, but he can take it, and then he's right back at it. He normally does a fantastic job of just setting the tone with the toughness, and we had some fun yesterday with the team defining what a banshee is in different cultures, and define what a banshee is in Laker culture. And I think Doe is a banshee. He leads that charge for us and sets the tone with winning basketball plays. And again, this is not an exaggeration. If you watch our basketball team every night, and you've watched our team now for the last 6 weeks or so, LeBron is playing at an all-NBA defense level. He is. And now, people may have perceptions of what he is as a defender. I watch it every night. He doesn't get scored on in isolation if teams do try to target him. He blows plays up. He's always in the right position, shifting, recovering. I think there was this perception of him at this age, like conserving energy. No. There's no conservation of energy on that end of the floor. He's played elite defense now for a while.
And Brez, I'm going to come to you for your thoughts, but just to add to it, many people wondered if the Lakers have kind of a big 3 now, as we saw on Saturday. We see it again. LeBron and Austin both combining for 47. Austin had 25 and 3, got to the free throw line as he's done a lot lately. Bron adding 27 and 12 of his own alongside that 81st triple-double of Luka Doncic.
Yeah, you got to like that graphic right there. Everything on the screen is jiving with you if you're a Laker fan. And, you know, it's funny. This game had the feel of like an early May game, like a second-round playoff type of sensation. And, James, as you can attest, it seemed like a really fun game to be at. It was definitely a fun game to watch. The energy was there. I kind of wish AD had played just to add even more energy. Maybe then it would feel like a conference championship game. I will say, though, the Lakers have been maligned about the rebounding all season long. They're 27th in offensive rebounding. What happened in the last few minutes? Dorian Finney-Smith, offensive rebound, put back. LeBron, offensive rebound, put back. So maybe they're starting to score in ways that people didn't think they could without Anthony Davis. I'm impressed by what they did tonight.
Speaking of the rebounds, a season-high 57.
There you go.
For the Lakers, and you saw a lot of timely ones down the stretch. What are your thoughts on just the big three of them being able to come together?
I just think rebounding by committee is the way to go. And you know, without AD now, they're going to have to do that. Dodo, Vanderbilt, Rui, I think is starting to be playing bully ball. He's an enforcer, physical. Even the guards have to get back in there. So I think, is the big three. And the rest of the supporting cast, they can do it by committee. That's what it's going to take. But they don't really have that rim protector either, or someone who could get a lot of.
Because you notice that Austin was in the game with no Luka before he got here. There was a lot of Austin Reeves bringing the ball up. There's a lot of LBJ bringing it up. So I'm liking the fact that they're sharing the point guard spot. Because when you share, that makes everybody better. That makes a lot of people involved because each guy does something a little bit different than the other guy.
Yeah, you know how many assists LeBron had going into the fourth quarter? 1. And it's exactly to your point, Rob. He's allowed to play off the ball a lot more, conserve some energy, James, by not having to be a primary ball handler. I think that's going to serve him well as we get further and further into the season. We keep talking about it. This murderous March schedule coming up, 17 games in 31 days. It's a good thing that LeBron, he doesn't have to get 10 assists, 12 assists, ton of rebounds, 31 points every night. It's a way of easing him into games if he wants to. He was definitely great in that fourth quarter tonight, Allie.
Speaking of easing in, he finished with 27. He had 16 in the fourth. Again, we talk a lot about passing the baton. We just heard LeBron say the other night, for this team to go to where they want to go to, Luka has to have the ball in his hands.
Yes.
Are we watching it happen right before us?
I think LeBron is so smart, and he's also trying to prolong his career, if there's such a thing. But the beauty of, taking the ball out of LeBron's hands, and sometimes they would give it to Austin, and they would try to get physical with him, make him exert more energy than he would have to at that position. It's hard to speed Austin up, but they could at times, get physical with him. With Luka, you're not going to speed him up. He's going to take a big, deep breath, and it's good for the rest of the team to get settled because he's going to take his time. Everybody else will get in position, and then he's going to go at his own pace, which is usually like a snail. He gets that pump fake, and, it's so good at it that he gets you in the air or he gets you, off center. And next thing you know, he's just waltzing in for something easy or making a dynamic pass or something. So it's good that with Luka having the ball, you can just decompress. Can't speed him up.
I'm a little upset at the